Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to our ISKCON Bulla official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam from 10th canto, 12th chapter, text 31 onwards. So in this verse 31 it is said that Tato Ati Kayasya Niruddha Margino Hi Udgirna Dristre Bhamatastu Itastataha Purno Antarange Pavano Aniruddho Murdhan Nirvidya Vinirgato Vahi. That means then because Krishna had increased the size of his body, the demon extended his own body to a very large size. Nonetheless, his breathing stopped, he suffocated, and his eyes rolled here and there and popped out. The demon's life air, however, couldn't pass through any outlet, and therefore it finally burst out through a hole in the top of the demon's head. There is a Brahmarandha there. That hole, that life air passed. Those who are advanced yogis, their life, they pass their life air to that Brahmarandha. Murdhni, as Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter. Murdhni means this mind. In that hole, they pass the air. So the demon's throat blocked up, Niruddha Margino, his eyes popped out, and his life air, being trapped in his body with no outlet, finally burst out through the Brahmarandra, a hole atop his head, and he attained perfection, Purna. Those who are Ashtanga Yogi, they try to pass their life air through that. Om Mityakhayakarang Brahma Vyaharan Mam Anusaran. Stated in Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter. They pass their life here through their Brahmarandra. So, in the next verse, that is verse 32, it is said, Taneva sarvesu bahirgatesu praneshu vatsan sruda paritan drishtya so yuthapya tad anvitaha punar Bhaktran Mukundo Bhagavan Vinirjajau. That means when all the demons' life air had passed away through that hole in the top of his body, top of his head, Krishna glanced over the dead calves and cowherd boys and brought them back to life. Then Mukunda, who can give one liberation, came out from the demon's mouth with his friends and the calves. So in the purport, Srila Vishnu Thakur says, the cowherd boys and calves who had fainted due to separation from Krishna and from the heat of the serpent's belly were brought back to consciousness by the nectar shower of Krishna's glands. So in the next verse, that is verse 33, it is said that Pinahi Bhogothitam Adhutam Mahad Jyoti Sudhamna Jalayad Disodasa Pratikya Khe Avasthitam Isa Nirgamam Vivesa Tasmin Misatam Divokasam. That means from the body of the gigantic python, a glaring effulgence came out, illuminating all directions and stayed individually in the sky until Krishna came out from the calf's mouth. Then, as all the demigods looked on, this effulgence entered into Krishna's body. He got Sajuja Mukti. So, the purport of Prabhupada Maharaj says, apparently the serpent named Aghasura, because of having received association with Krishna, attained mukti by entering Krishna's body. Entering the body of Krishna is called Sajuja Mukti, but later verses prove that Aghasura, like Dantavakra and others, received Sarupya Mukti. This has been broadly described by Srila Vishnu Thakur with references from the Vaishnava Tosani of Srila Jiva Goswami. Aghasura attained Sarupya Mukti, being promoted to the Vaikuntha planets to live with the same four-armed bodily features as Vishnu. The explanations for how this is so may be summarized as follows. The effulgence came out from the python's body and became purified, attaining spiritual Suddha Sattva, freedom from material contamination, because Krishna had stayed within the serpent's body even after the serpent's death. One may doubt that such a demon full of mischievous activities could attain the liberation of Sarupya or Sadhujya, and one may be astonished about this. But Krishna is so kind that in order to drive away such doubts, he had the effulgence, the individual life of the python, wait for some time in its individuality in the presence of all the demigods. Krishna is the full effulgence, and every living being is part and parcel of that effulgence. As proved here, the effulgence is in every living being in individual. For some time, the effulgence remained outside the demon's body individually and didn't mix with the whole effulgence, the Brahma Jyoti. The Brahman effulgence is not visible to material eyes, but to prove that every living being is individual, Krishna had this individual effulgence stay outside the demon's body for some time for everyone else to see. Then Krishna proved that anyone killed by him attains liberation, whether Sajajya, Sarupya, Samipya, or whatever. For the liberation of those who are on the transcendental platform of love and affection is Vimukti, special liberation. Thus the serpent first entered the body of Krishna personally and mixed with the Brahman effulgence. This merging is called Sajajya Mukti. But from later verses we find that Aghasura attained Sarupya Mukti. Text 38 explains that Aghasura attained a body exactly like that of Vishnu, and the verse after that also clearly states that he attained a completely spiritual body like that of Narayana. Therefore, in 2 or 3 places, the Bhagavatam has confirmed that Aghasura attained Sarupya Mukti. One may then argue, how is it that he mixed with the Brahman effulgence? The answer is that as Jaya and Vijaya, after 3 births, again attained Sarupya Mukti and association with the Lord, Aghasura received a similar liberation. So, the next verse, that is verse 34, it is said, Tato atirishta swakruto kritaranam puspehi shuga apsarasas cha nartanahi गीतैः सुरा वाद्य धराश्च वाद्य कैः स्तवैश्च विप्रा ज निष्वनैर्गणैः गणा. That means therefore, thereafter everyone being pleased, the demigods began to shower flowers from Nandan Kanan, the celestial dancing gods began to dance, and the Gandharvas, who are famous for singing, offered songs of prayer. The drummers began to beat their kettle drum, and the Brahmanas offered Vedic hymns. In this way, both the heavens and on earth, everyone began to perform his own duties, glorifying the Lord. Purport Srila Prabhupada says, everyone has some particular duty. The Shastra has concluded that everyone should glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead by his own qualifications. If we are a singer, always glorify the Supreme Lord by singing very nicely. If we are a musician, glorify the Supreme Lord by playing musical instruments. Sonusthitasya dharmasya sansiddhi haritoshanam. That means the perfection of life is to satisfy the personality of Godhead. Therefore, beginning from this earth up to the celestial kingdom, everyone engaged in glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The decision of all great saintly persons is that whatever qualifications one has acquired should be utilized to glorify the Supreme Lord. Idang ipunsa tapasa sutasava sustasya suktasya sabudhitatyo avichitartha kavim nirpita jad uttama sulka gunanubhananam. Learned sages have definitely concluded that the infallible purpose of the advancement of knowledge, austerity, Vedic studies, sacrifice, the chanting of hymns, and charity is found in the transcendental descriptions of the qualities of the Lord. who is defined in choice poetry. This is perfection of life. One should be trained how to glorify the Supreme Personality of God by one's respective qualities. Education, austerity, penance, or in the modern world, business, industry, education, and so on, all should be engaged in glorifying the Lord. Then everyone in the world will be happy. Krishna comes therefore to exhibit his transcendental activity so that people may have the chance to glorify him in every respect. To understand how to glorify the Lord is actual research work. It is not everything should be understood without God. That is condemned. Bhagavad Bhakti Nasya Jati Sastram Japastapa. This is all called without Bhagavad Bhakti, without glorification of the Supreme Lord. Whatever we have is simply decoration of the dead body. The Mandanam Lokaranjanam. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel. And get blessed of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.